Okay guys, it's Saturday, April 11th, back in the greenhouse here. I did want to show you this. This is the flower on a bromeliad. A little hard to see. The sun popped out, of course, right when I didn't want it. I want to follow up on some fertilizing I did last Saturday, okay? So one thing that was interesting down here, fertilizing and tip pruning. Notice these two ferns. Can you see how yellow that particular one is? Especially compared to the one on the right. So that is definitely a nitrogen deficiency, right? It's pretty uniformly yellow. It actually looks a little bit better this week. I noticed last week how yellow it was after I shot the video. I forgot. So I just hit it with fertilizer again today. We're going to see how that levels up with the other one now that we're fertilizing. Nothing in there. So we had a problem with our REM Sonia. If you remember, our Ansonium crop was over here. I had to move it over here. Firstly, I spaced it out. Second of all, that location over there, the furnace and circulation half fans have been blowing it like crazy. And if you notice, we basically lost our flowers, which we don't care too much about because, again, it would have been done flowering by the time of the plant sale anyways. These have been a problem since the beginning, right? We learned last week in lab that we've been growing them too warm. They bolted on us. I think having them close was probably an issue too. Look what happened when I pulled them out. Excuse me. Some of them shattered or bent over. And again, I'm just assuming that there's very little cellulose in the cell walls. It's just pure grow, and the only thing holding it up was the water and the vacuoles. And they didn't fall over until I moved them and I put them on the table and they snapped. So that's a bummer. The other thing I wanted to show you is the ones that I pinched a week ago. Can you see the difference in the growth, right? So look at all that stuff that's going on down there compared to the one that we didn't pinch, right? There's really nothing there. All the growth is terminal, whereas now we're going to get this nice bushy growth. Needless to say, that's the solution. I might go through and clip another batch of them today, so we'll see timing-wise how long it takes for them to do that. Nothing really over here. I wanted to notice this Veronica. So if we go back and look at last week's video, I guarantee you they didn't look this good. All of a sudden, look, actually they're getting ready to flower. Those are going to be the little flowers on Veronica. What cultivar is this? It's a purple one. But they look greener. They're filling the pot out a little bit. Literally 1 week after fertilizing, and I can see a major difference. That's part of the Amsonia, I'm sure, as well. Same with these. So our cat's pajamas, the Nepeta, I don't know if you can, sorry, I'm having trouble here. If you can see that new growth, they're all just starting to break. See them right there from where I pinched? So I pinched that just a week ago and we're already getting lateral bud growth. Compared to one I didn't pinch, right, there's no growth there. So right off the bat, we're starting to see the rewards of that. Same with the salvia. So here's the unpinched salvia. They look actually pretty darn nice. Got about 6 scapes coming out, but look at the one we pruned. So already we've got new lateral buds breaking on every single stem. Look at that. Every single stem that we pinched, we've got lateral growth. So again, that pinching to bush them out. Last thing over here are tomatoes. Again, gotta get out of the light. Go back to last week's video. I'm pretty sure these tomatoes were pretty yellow. And one application of fert and they've greened right up. I did not fertilize them today because, again, I don't want them to explode. They were wilted down. Everything was really dry today. Again, the last time I came was Tuesday. The peppers are looking better. Hopefully they'll rebound. Okay, we're going in the tents. Here, the tomatoes didn't look this bad last week, but can you see how they're yellow? So, big difference. Hungry. Bow, bow, bow. So, nothing real major in here. I did want to just point out, though, again, if you go back to last week's video, these guys were barely covering the pot, right? The sweet potato vine. This cultivar is After Midnight. Eric Clapton. We're going to let it all hang down. So, anyways, they are just starting out. They're popping. Right? Again, that one little shot of fertilizer, and we're starting to see them. We're starting to see them do something. Same here. These guys we pinched last week, and I'm starting to see breaks. little breaks. Whoops, sorry, you can't see that, breaks. So between the pinch and the fertilizer, the sorry. Again, just the color is better. They just look like things are starting to happen. So I think there's one more thing to show you here. More sweet potato vine that was just kind of sitting there, and now all of a sudden it's just kind of happening. Anything? Nothing really in here. Again, pinched a lot of stuff last week, so the begonias and stuff, they take a lot longer for something to happen. Begonias are much slower to go. Oh, okay, the New Guinea, or the fuchsia. So these are the fuchsia. Again, I know I keep going on both sides of the hut that we pinched when we potted them. And now you're starting to see the little breaks coming. It's definitely going to start breaking and be a better, bushier. These are the ones I just pinched last week. And again, all of a sudden you can already see some lateral buds starting to grow. Right? There's some more right there. If I go back to the ones I didn't pinch, they're sitting there. I mean, there's some buds there, but they're not doing anything yet. Right? So, the power of pinching. All right, I only got one more thing to show you, and then we're done for today. Our sweet potato vines again that we pulled out, that Jenny pulled out. I forgot, I did find out what it was. I was correct. It's a water imbalance, and I got information at home. Just remind me at the end of the video next week to tell you what it was so I don't forget again. I pinched some of these as well last week. I pinched this whole tray. I don't think I told you that, but I did pinch this tray. You can see my pinch mark right there. So we're gonna see again how that pushes some lateral growth compared to this tray that I did not. Okay, that's it for today, a shorter one. Thank goodness, huh? Not that